Hey, it's Greg Milby, community storyteller for Kentucky's Heartland, and this is our monthly PAC Kid Spotlight. Bart Lovins, director of the Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center, joins me for our monthly chat. And at the end of this interview, we'll share the interview that Bart completed with the December PAC Kid Spotlight, Holly Haas from Central Hardin High School. Morning, Bart. How's life for you, buddy?
Good morning. Nothing ever changes. Same old, same old.
So Bart, the COVID wheel continues to turn and things continue to change. What is the latest at the Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center?
Well, we actually managed to just barely squeak in a few November performances, including our radio drama of It's a Wonderful Life and a few events with Allegra Dance Theater, who got canceled last March. They were the first event to get canceled, and it was their spring production of Frozen. And so they remounted that here, and it was one of the last things we did before we had to lock everything back down again. So they just barely got things going again. So we were happy to help them do that. We are working under the confines of the governor's restrictions and the superintendent's guidances, and we're able to have up to 24 people in a space at a time with proper ventilation and mask wearing and social distancing. But that precludes us being able to have an audience for any productions. So most of our December events have been canceled, with the exception of the Nutcracker, which we will be filming to present to a virtual audience later in the month of December. So we're going to bring the dancers in one group at a time of 24 or less, and we'll film all of their segments here, in addition to some segments that we're going to film on location at the Brown Pusey House. And then we'll edit all that together to kind of create our very own unique Hardin County COVID 2020 Nutcracker film.
So how has the morale been with those dancers? And one, I want to say kudos to the kids with Allegro and the whole Frozen, because, waiting from back in the spring to do this now and then put on performances. And I didn't get a chance to go, but Garrett had a chance to go and he said it was phenomenal. So kudos to them for sticking in there. And I mean, you got to still memorize things. And I could only imagine the work that went into that over a long period of time to make sure it worked off and went perfectly. So congratulations to them.
Yeah. And it's really a testament to their perseverance and to Carol Zagar's perseverance to make these things happen, to give these students and their families some modicum of normalcy in the midst of everything else going on.
So what about Nutcracker? What's the morale like for that? Because, they really thrive off of that, of having multiple shows that go on. With it being different, I mean, what's the morale?
And we thrive off of it as well. Not having the Nutcracker Boutique or the vendors or the live music in the Commons that's a pretty heavy blow morale-wise for us as well. But we're trying to make a silk's purse out of a sow's ear. And we're looking at this as an opportunity to do some things with Nutcracker that we've never been able to do before. To be able to go and film dance sequences on location in Hardin County, that's something really unique and different. We're going to be able to do some very special camera angles here at our space that we wouldn't be able to do if we had a live audience. So we're trying to be, really kind of thinking outside of the box, and it's not just going to be, it ain't your mother's Nutcracker. We're going to be doing some really unique things so that these students, these families, this community can look back at this year, and there will be at least this one shining beacon of how we turned a bad situation into something good. And we were able to do something totally unusual, totally unique, that we would never have even thought to do before. We have all had to rethink how we do business. And my goals throughout this pandemic are to not make short-term decisions, not to make expensive changes that are only going to help us in the next 5 months. I want to be making changes that allow us to adapt and create and grow and build for the next 5 years. And that's where my head has been. And being able to do on location shooting, being able to operate virtually. The Cinderella that Allegro did, Frozen, we got in with a very small audience and we were able to do that. But between that weekend and their next weekend with Cinderella, we could have no audience. So for Cinderella, we had to refund all of those tickets and then resell on demand tickets. And they watched that performance of Cinderella live on their computers, their televisions, they're at home. And that's something we've never been able to do before. And that's exciting. And that's something that we can continue to build on for years to come.
So as you mentioned that today is Giving Tuesday, and people went through Black Friday. You've gone through Small Business Saturday. You've done Cyber Monday, and today you give back. So reach deep on this Giving Tuesday and find an organization that you love and your heart's all about and give to. So that gives me this chance to ask you to talk a little bit about the collaboration between the Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center, the nonprofit organization Give 270, and Opal's Dream Foundation, and what that can mean to seniors and PAC performers alike.
And it's fascinating how collaborations come together. You reach out to someone who has, we knew that we needed to do some fundraising in order to build up our video equipment that we have, to be able to get the training that we needed and to improve upon the video product that we can deliver in light of the situation that we're in. And then we reached out to you guys because you guys have worked with Give 270 for many years now. And you connected us with Opal's Dream, where they are trying to improve the quality of life for senior citizens in nursing homes across the state. And lo and behold, we found that we could meet each other's goals by working together. And that's really exciting. It's whenever I partner with anybody, it's like, it's important that we get financial assistance as the Performing Arts Center. And that's essential to our longevity. But I'm not interested in a one-time partnership. I want partnerships that are going to last year after year after year, because I don't like to ask for money. And if I don't have to ask you for money because we've got an understanding, then I don't have to go out and beg. And so I like to build those partnerships by making sure that when you contribute to us, we're somehow contributing to you and to your goals and to your mission. And so you couldn't have a better partnership than what we have now with Opal's Dream Foundation. I think it's going to be one of those things that we build upon for years and years to come.
Yeah, it is fabulous, and how this is going to give our seniors an opportunity to see these great performances at the PAC, and it's going to give our PAC performers an opportunity to even reach more people. So yeah. I just see this. And again, if you would like to make a donation, you can go to give270.org. That's give270.org. There's a tab there that you can make a donation, and that's going to make this collaboration happen. So,
and again, what we're working for here is we're trying to raise $15,000 to buy the equipment and the training and to cover the fees that are necessary to provide live or on-demand programming to these nursing homes for free across the state of Kentucky. It's going, we can only seat 750 in our theater. Right now, it's only 175. So it's going to exponentially grow our audience, the diversity of the people that we can reach throughout the state of Kentucky. It's really exciting. It is expanding our mission on a way that we never would be able to do without their help.
It's good stuff. And again, give270.org is the website you go to. All right. So at this point, Bart, we're going to turn it over to your alter ego, Bart Lovins, who is the director of the PAC as well. And he's got this month's PAC Kid Spotlight. Do you want to set that up, or do we just want to send that to your alter ego?
We're going to join him live in the Muppet Room. And here is his Zoom interview with Holly Haas, who is featured in several roles in this year's production of The Nutcracker, which you can buy tickets for on thepac.net. Go ahead and sign up for our email list now because those tickets are not quite yet available. You'll be notified when they are, and then you can catch Holly Haas and the rest of the Nutcracker cast in their on-demand performances in time for the holiday in your home. My next guest on the monthly Marquee is our PAC Kid Spotlight, Miss Holly Haas from Central Hardin High School. Holly, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So first, tell us what you're doing at the Performing Arts Center as we speak right now.
Right now I'm getting ready for the Nutcracker, which I'm very excited about with the given circumstances with COVID. I was very excited we were able to do that this year.
Yeah, it's all very interesting on my end as well. What kind of things are you having to do for your dance classes because of COVID?
Well, recently she just made it to where we're only doing advanced ballet. But before that, we were all wearing masks. We stayed socially distanced in class. A lot of the times you do different groups at a time. She would clean the floors every time after class.
It adds a lot of time onto the day, that is for sure.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And what do you do? And we know that you dance. What are you going to be dancing in the Nutcracker? What roles?
I will be dancing as a prologue fairy, Spanish, and I'm going to be a waltz flower.
And how many years have you done Nutcracker now?
This is going to be my 4th year.
And what was your first role in Nutcracker?
Oh gosh. It was an ice maid and a toy soldier.
I was going to say, you didn't know there was going to be a test. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
So what have you learned from doing Nutcracker over the last 4 years?
I've just learned that I really love to perform.
Yeah.
It's just my absolute passion. I've learned how all the stage stuff works, which is really cool.
You said dance is your passion. What do you mean by that? Why? Why dance?
It's just a way to escape from all your stress.
Oh.
And it's just something I love doing no matter what. Like, I never get tired of it. Even if I have a bad day at dance, I'll come home and be like, I'm still grateful I get to do it.
I'm that way with singing. If I've had a bad day and I can find a song that I can just sink all of my emotions into for that moment, it really helps clear my mind and clear the stress away for that day. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And you mentioned on your interview form that you're hoping to continue dance after you graduate. How would you like to do that?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to major in dance, but I would love to minor in it or get a certificate. And I'd love to do that either in University of South Florida or Indiana University. And with my physical therapy track, as I also mentioned, I feel like my dance background would help a lot with that. And I'd love to work for a ballet company one day.
I noticed that, and I know personally a lot of professional dancers who I've worked with in the past that have gone on to get their physical therapy license and do that. What made the connection for you between dance and physical therapy?
Well, I wanted to go into the medical field, and surgery, blood and stuff, that's not my thing. But I just thought, the movement, like how you're able to just move and figure that out, because there's a lot of times where I've been feeling sore, and dance would help me. And I've learned that there's new things where people will actually incorporate dance or just some really light ballet exercises into physical therapy.
Really? Oh, that is fascinating. Yeah. And where do you want to study for physical therapy?
You said where? I'm sorry.
Where? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, what college are you looking at?
I'm starting off at community college, but I would like to transfer to Indiana University or the University of South Florida.
Gotcha. And community college is a great resource to us right now with everyone, get those necessary English and math and all of that stuff out of the way. Exactly. And you said you've been dancing with Shitter for about 4 years now?
Mm-hmm.
And did you dance before then or just jumped into it at that point?
I did. So I danced at Center Stage when I was about 9. And I think that was 2 years. And unfortunately, I moved to a small city that didn't have dance. So I took a long break, but they had a theater program there. So I was part of that. And then I came back and I was able to join the studio, and it's just been an amazing experience.
And Center Stage does a lot of great work too. We
Yeah.
work with them every year as well, and they're wonderful as well. It's I don't think until people move away do they realize what they had. And with 3 dance schools in our area, as along with Allegro and the Performing Arts Center, we do have a lot to offer, and that's been really special and really missed by a lot of people during everything going on with the pandemic right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is important to you about the Performing Arts Center, having had these different cities that you lived in? What have you noticed that's made the Performing Arts Center unique to your other experiences?
I'm just lucky that it's not something everybody is fortunate to have this huge studio. The theater I used to be with was very, very small. And it's just so amazing to have a humongous audience, and just everybody you get to work with they're so great.
Yeah, I miss those humongous audiences.
Yes.
And right now we're, it's not unlike what you said. You look at dance and you look at the future and you go, I want dance to be part of my life. But I'm also thinking about other things like physical therapy and helping in the medical profession. We're looking at things, live performance is very important to what we do, but we would like to increase our audience through offering things on demand. And, we're kind of venturing in on demand like you're venturing into physical therapy. It's all about expanding your skill set in a lot of ways. I do say it's easier for someone your age to expand their skill set than it is for somebody my age.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at somebody like Miss Sherry and how she's had to adapt to things right now. I think that's a huge source of inspiration.
It is. She's handling it so well. Better than our schools, though. I'm sorry.
No, but it is hard. It's really, really difficult, and we're asked to teach and to learn in different ways than we ever thought we would have to. And I think it'll be very interesting what the new normal is on the other side of this. I think there will be a lot of things that we will keep. We're looking at on demand, and we hope to keep on demand and build upon that because it's a way to reach a greater audience. You mentioned your passion, and I wanted to talk just a little bit because I know it's difficult right now. Just something about the friendships that you've made through dance.
Yeah, I've made friends with, of course, the dancers. I've made friends with the stage crew, and it's very important to keep those relationships with people to be able to share that passion.
And what do you see the theater and dance doing for those around you? Because I think sometimes it's hard to vocalize how it helps us personally, but through observation, I see it in other people. I see the wallflower that gains confidence and things like
Yes.
that. Have you seen anything like that as you've been working through dance and theater?
Yes, I've seen that through other people, and I've definitely seen that in myself. I'm definitely at school the quiet, shy kid, but, I'm able to just go out there and dance. And I've seen that with a lot of other people too. Like I said, they're just able to express something they might not get the chance to around other people.
Have you found that your confidence on stage has had any impact on your confidence as a student or in a high school setting?
I think so. I'm not as afraid to speak up if I need to and just present myself in any way I need to.
I think dance is really, really about being comfortable and confident in your own skin. You have to be those two things in order to move across the stage with confidence. You've got to know yourself. You've got to know your body. You've got to know how you're moving. And I think you can apply that to walking down a hallway as well. How you act enforces how you feel to those around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for your time today. And I'm really looking forward to getting to meet you in person again on stage and working with you with the Nutcracker and fingers crossed.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Holly. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.